in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's a
who was y'all playing when he had hit the three-pointer to send it to OT?
We've got a classic in store between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback. And no better way to do it
in his Power Ranger
costume. Running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
At the
4
street.
yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll set up the throw. Finding Gabriel complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Now Cohen. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside.
Who's that, Drew?
One was swallowed up because what they're hoping,
what's that?
Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and
that's
open up
Lightning
a crease
McQueen
that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yes, it is.
Lucky 56.
This is Cohen. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Drop to throw, and that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
What you on that 2K?
O'Donnell, he's on.
I was on last night.
This one away.
We ran with a few last night.
7. Nice job bringing that
well,
one
I
back.
did. I ran with a couple dudes on the park.
And the Saints will take over.
I
with
played with
a
rebounding defender, a rebounding lockdown, or was it a lockdown rebounding? One of them, and the other one was a.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Like a stretch 4.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Can you see? You want to lift your mask
up? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Okay, lift it.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Completes this one to Meredith. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I
think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now Breeze. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Oh, man, that's supposed to be
fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bears take over.
You're not sleeping.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
What?
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
You could be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Gabriel. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
You want to sit right here on the floor?
No.
Okay, you want to sit right here so you can see better?
On Dad.
Okay. Okay, you sit right there.
Dad.
Let me get your little pillow. Alright, get your mind right here.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Looking deep for Gabriel.
Come on, man.
However, we Let's check in with our referee.
Dude named Matt.
Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game.
Back it up, Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
All right, here we go. Blue landed.
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Kill.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run for the first time.
You had the hole right there.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
You sitting on me. Your butt's sleepy. That's what your problem is.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, easy.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he can't hang on to it.
What are we doing?
Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he pulls him over. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Oh, look at that, a diving catch. A very solid gain of 27.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Sitting all on that.
Allen Robinson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are in for 6. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
11.
Breeze to throw on second down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
21.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 57 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, get the fuck out of it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead. Parkey lucky with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They run. This is Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Eluding the pressure right.
You gotta be kidding me.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
Ridiculous.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Breeze. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
I heard he refused to like play until he get traded.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And a sideline pass that's caught by Thomas.
This game is broke.
Unable to get this one across the 45 before it's
touching,
brought
really?
down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He'll look to set up his blockers. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Bears on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. And Miller with it over the middle. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 11. We'll call that a punt at 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
11.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Again, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Charles Tapper in there to sack him for a loss of 6. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
21.
Breeze now.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson
quarterback
in there
on
to
drugs.
make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out in the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. This is taken at the 10. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
To throw is Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Ready? 11.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
Run, bruh. Run.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
All the way,
this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Breeze.
This is fake.
Intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
No fucking way.
He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
All right, that's how you gotta play.
I feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Gotta give this nigga all the love.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner,
he's got a man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And he fires one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Breeze going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Khalil Mack in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Here's Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th. Now Breeze got to have this one. He may try. Now Breeze lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Going deep this time for Miller. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Miller. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Nah, he want to pass every play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch 8. Watch 8. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Trey Hendrickson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Bears add on. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it, all right? You didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, it's Brees. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Completes this one to Meredith. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
High level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll run forward to Cohen. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this.
Good, good, good. Line 4, ready. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On second down, here's Breeze. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are, but they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. In his own end zone, it's Breeze. And got his man complete. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
On first down, Breeze. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Saints on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. Now, Breeze again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
11.
Again, it's Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Saints on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they get 14 yards there and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Breeze to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Breeze to throw on second down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.